Grab your tea or coffee, sit back, and relax. Today, I'll tell the story of the day. A bridge collapsed under the weight of marching soldiers. Not in battle, not under bombardment, but on a quiet Sunday afternoon, during a routine training exercise that turned 450 men into a single mass grave in under 10 seconds. I'll tell it in ways you've never heard before. If you are ready, let's begin. The Basse-Chaîne suspension bridge sways like a pendulum. 450 soldiers of the French 11th Light Infantry Battalion march across in formation, boots hitting the deck in perfect synchronization. 1-2, 1-2, 1-2. Lieutenant Felix Bertrand feels it first. The bridge isn't swaying side to side anymore. It's bouncing. Vertical oscillation, each step amplifying the last. He opens his mouth to order his men to break formation. He never gets the words out. The main cable snaps with a sound like a cannon shot. The deck drops 30 feet into the Maine River. 450 men wearing 60-pound packs, carrying rifles, unable to swim, fall into 16 feet of water and die beneath the wreckage of the bridge that was supposed to carry them home. We'll return to the lieutenant. First, you need to understand how an engineering marvel becomes a death trap in the time it takes to march across. Angers, 1,850. A city of 40,000 inches, the Loire Valley, proud of its medieval castle, its slate quarries, and its new bridge, the Basse-Chaîne, opened just 13 years earlier. A marvel of modern engineering, 340 feet long, suspended from iron chains, anchored in stone towers, elegant, efficient, cost-effective. Private Jean-Baptiste Moreau is 19 years old, 3 months into his military service. He's marching in the third column, middle of the formation. He joined the army because his father was a blacksmith who drank, and military pay was better than nothing. He's homesick, bored, and his feet hurt from marching all afternoon. Captain Henri Maupoint commands the battalion. He's 43, career, military, fought in Algeria, seen actual combat. A Sunday march across a bridge shouldn't concern him. But something feels wrong. He's felt suspension bridges sway before, but never like this. Never with this much amplitude. Marie Tessier owns a cafe on the Riverside Promenade. She's watching from her window and always watches when soldiers cross the bridge. Her son wanted to enlist, but she forbade it. She watches these boys and thanks God her son is safe at the bakery instead. She counts the men crossing. Unusual to see so many at once. The bridge looks different, somehow lower in the middle, like a hammock sagging under weight. Beneath them, 16 feet of water flows past stone pilings. The Maine River isn't deep, but it doesn't need to be. Not when 450 men are about to fall into it wearing uniforms that absorb water like sponges. The Basse-Chaîne was built cheap. Not dangerously cheap, or so everyone thought, just economically sensible. The engineer, Joseph Chailly, used wrought iron chains instead of cables, wooden deck instead of iron, traditional suspension design, nothing experimental. He came in under budget. The city council praised his efficiency. When the bridge opened in 1837, it was celebrated as proof that modern infrastructure didn't require wasteful spending. Here's what nobody checked. Chailly's calculations assumed static load, weight distributed evenly, people standing still. He never tested for dynamic load. Never considered what happens when hundreds of people move in synchronized rhythm, creating resonance waves that amplify with each step. The phenomenon has a name now. Mechanical resonance. Every structure has a natural frequency at which it vibrates. If you apply force at that exact frequency, like soldiers marching in step, each push amplifies the previous one. The oscillations grow exponentially. Eventually, the structure tears itself apart. In 1850, almost nobody understood this. There were theories, observations from other bridge failures, but nothing codified. No regulations requiring engineers to account for it. For 13 years, the Basse-Chaîne served Angers perfectly well. Merchants crossed with carts. Families strolled on Sunday afternoons. Small military units marched across without incident. But never 450 men. Never in perfect formation. Never all at once. March 1850. 1 month before disaster. A company of 120 soldiers crosses the bridge during morning drills. Several report feeling unusual movement, like the deck was breathing. One private writes in a letter home. Captain Mapoint files an inquiry with the city engineer. Is the bridge safe for large troop movements? The city engineer, not Chaley, who died in 1848, reviews the original plans and responds. The bridge is rated for 200-person static load. Military formations should cross in smaller groups or break step to avoid rhythmic stress. The recommendation never reaches battalion command. It's filed in the municipal archives and forgotten. The 14th of April, 1850. 2 days before disaster. The battalion rehearses for an upcoming parade. They march through Angers in formation, practicing their synchronization. The citizens applaud. The soldiers are proud. They look sharp, sound sharp. Boot strikes, perfectly unified. Captain Mapoint watches and feels uneasy. Something about the rhythm bothers him, though he can't articulate why. Military discipline requires precision. Breaking step looks sloppy. He says nothing. Sunday afternoon. The battalion finishes exercises outside the city. Time to return to barracks. 2 routes available. The long way around via the stone bridge, adding 40 minutes to the march, or the short way across the Basse-Chaîne, saving time and blisters. Captain Mapoint chooses efficiency. He's tired. His men are tired. The suspension bridge is closer. He orders the battalion into marching formation. 4 columns, 113 men per column, tight spacing, standard procedure. They'll cross in one group faster that way, less disruption to civilian traffic. At 4:30 p.m., a city engineer named Prosper Villain is walking along the riverbank. He sees the battalion forming up and runs toward them, waving his arms. He's screaming something about load limits and breaking formation. The soldiers can't hear him over their own marching cadence. The wind is wrong. By the time Villain reaches the bridge approach, the first column is already on the deck. He stops running, watches, counts. His lips move in silent calculation. 4 columns, roughly 110 men each. Average weight, 70 kilograms plus 30 kilograms. Equipment, 44,000 kilograms. Total load on a bridge rated for 14,000, 3 times over capacity. And they're marching in step. 4:35 p.m. The first column steps onto the bridge. The deck dips slightly normal for suspension bridges. Boot strikes echo off the stone towers. 1-2, 1-2, 1-2. Second column joins. The bridge sways gently, side to side. Still normal. Soldiers joke about seasickness. Third column. The sway becomes a bounce. Vertical now. Each footstep pushes down. Deck springs back up. Next footstep catches it at peak height and pushes again. Amplitude increasing. Jean-Baptiste Moreau is in the third column. He feels the bounce through his legs like jumping on a bed. Some soldiers laugh nervously. Others go quiet, eyes down, focusing on staying upright. The bridge isn't swaying randomly anymore. It's oscillating at precisely the frequency of their march. They've found the resonance. Every step is a hammer blow, striking the same spot. Fourth column steps on. All 450 men now on the bridge. The deck is rising and falling 2 feet with each cycle. The iron chains scream metal stretching, rivets working loose. Captain Mapoint, at the front of the formation, realizes what's happening. He turns, cups his hands, shouts, "Break step! Break formation!" His voice is lost in the cacophony of boots and groaning metal. Marie Tessier, watching from her cafe window, sees the bridge undulating like a wave. She's never seen anything like it. It looks almost beautiful until she realizes it's not supposed to move like that. 4:37 p.m. The main iron chain on the north side reaches its tensile limit. Individual links have been stretching microscopically with each oscillation. Now, one link forged in 1836, slightly thinner than specification, unnoticed during inspection, elongates past its elastic point. It doesn't break cleanly. It unravels, iron crystals separating fiber by fiber. The chain snaps. The north side of the bridge deck drops 6 feet instantly. All 450 men slide toward the collapsing side, a human avalanche in uniform. The south chain, now bearing the entire load, plus the momentum of 450 falling men, lasts 1.3 seconds longer. Then, it goes too. The deck falls 30 feet and hits the water at an angle. The wooden planks shatter on impact. Iron chains fall on top of the soldiers like guillotine blades, each link weighing 40 pounds. Jean-Baptiste Moreau goes into the water tangled in rigging, rifle still strapped to his back. He can see sunlight above him, 16 feet of water. He's a good swimmer. This should be survivable, but his pack weighs 60 pounds. His wool uniform is absorbing water. His rifle adds 15 pounds. And the soldier who landed on top of him is panicking, grabbing, pushing him deeper. He drowns in 16 feet of water while looking at the sky. When divers recover bodies the next day, they find Jean-Baptiste's hand clutching a small wooden crucifix on a chain around his neck. The crucifix is still intact. His mother had given it to him the day he left for military service, told him it would keep him safe. 226 confirmed dead in the first hour. 52 bodies not recovered for 3 weeks trapped under debris, wedged between bridge timbers, carried downstream. 172 survivors, most with broken bones, hypothermia, psychological trauma. The entire event collapsed to final victim pulled from the water, takes 19 minutes. By 5 p.m., all of Angers knows. Church bells ring morning peals. Families fled to the riverbank, screaming names, searching faces among the survivors shivering on the shore. But here's where the story shifts from tragedy to cover-up. The military moves fast. Too fast. By midnight, a colonel from Paris arrives with orders. Secure the site. Control information flow. Prepare official narrative. The message is clear. This was an accident, not negligence. Natural disaster, not institutional failure. Marie Tessier tries to tell investigators what she saw. The bridge bouncing. The visible wave motion. How it grew worse as more soldiers stepped on. An officer takes her statement, nods politely, and the report disappears. Prosper Villain, the engineer who tried to warn them, submits a technical analysis. Mechanical resonance induced by synchronized marching cadence exceeded structural damping capacity, resulting in catastrophic oscillation and material failure. The military commission rejects it. Too technical, too blame-oriented. The official report, released 3 weeks later, says, the bridge collapsed due to age-related material fatigue, accelerated by unusually high wind conditions. It's a lie. There was no wind that day. Multiple witnesses confirm it, but the lie becomes history because the military controls the narrative. The battalion's surviving officers face courts-martial not for causing the disaster, but for failing to maintain formation discipline during the incident. Soldiers who broke ranks and survived are punished for cowardice. It's grotesque. The institution protects itself by blaming the victims. The cover-up lasts 8 years. Then, in 1858, an engineering professor named Jules Godard publishes a paper on the mechanical resonance of suspension bridges under rhythmic loading. He uses the Angers disaster as his primary case study. He interviews survivors, analyzes the wreckage, calculates the resonance frequency. His conclusion: the bridge didn't fail because it was old. It failed because 450 men marched at exactly 2.1 steps per second, matching the bridge's natural frequency of 2.1 hertzes. Godard's paper includes a devastating detail from the military's own suppressed investigation. Bridge inspectors had noted unusual wear patterns on the iron chains in 1849, evidence of repetitive stress from rhythmic loading. The report recommended prohibiting large groups from crossing in formation. The military had known and sent 450 men across anyway. The scandal forces reform. France, 1,861. All military units must break step when crossing bridges over 30 meters. Suspension bridges must display load limits and crossing protocols. Engineers must calculate resonance frequencies for all new bridge designs. Criminal liability for officials who suppress safety reports. International adoption, 1,860 seconds. 1,870 seconds. Britain, 1,862. After a similar incident in Great Yarmouth. 1,865. After Muncheberg Bridge collapse. United States, 1,876. After Ashtabula disaster. Today, every military in the world teaches it. When crossing any bridge, break formation. Destroy your rhythm. Walk randomly. The most disciplined soldiers in the world are ordered to walk like drunks for 30 seconds because 226 men drowned in formation. The Basse-Chaîne was never rebuilt. The stone towers still stand on both banks of the Maine River, connected by nothing pylons to ghosts. The site is a memorial park now. Every April 16th, the French army sends a delegation. They stand at attention, read the names, lay a wreath. Then, before marching away, the officer in command gives the order, break step, and they do because discipline is knowing when to break the rules. Jean-Baptiste Moreau's crucifix is in the Angers Military Museum. His mother donated it in 1873, along with the last letter he'd written her. We marched 14 miles today. My feet are covered in blisters, but don't worry, Mother the Army takes care of us. The letter is dated the 15th of April, 1850, one day before. The science that emerged from Angers changed civil engineering forever. Every bridge now requires resonance frequency calculation, dynamic load testing, harmonic damping systems, and clear crossing protocols. The math that prevents bridges from dancing to death was written in the bodies of soldiers who didn't know they were conducting an experiment. The 16th of April, 1850, 4:35 p.m. 450 soldiers step onto a bridge in perfect formation, boots striking in perfect rhythm, the pride of synchronized movement displayed for a city that admires military precision. 1-2, 1-2, 1-2. Each step a push, each push a wave, each wave building on the last until the bridge becomes an instrument playing its own destruction at 2.1 beats per second. Lieutenant Felix Bertrand tried to give the order. His mouth formed the words, break, step. The bridge broke first. The worst disasters don't need enemies, don't need storms or sabotage or war. Sometimes they just need discipline. Perfect, unthinking, synchronized discipline applied to a structure that can't handle perfection. Every army still teaches it. Break your formation when crossing bridges, because uniformity can kill. And 226 men learned that in the 16 feet of water where perfect soldiers drown in perfect step. If you enjoy the video, please like it and subscribe for more. See you in the next one.